Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Absolute pleasure to have you along today. Okay, what do I want to have a look at in this particular reading? Goodness me, it must be Monday, my Monday. A lot on. A lot happens over the weekend. Not all of us readers can cover everything. I could do, one of those, two cards or pull eight. Oh gosh, look what's on the bottom. As I pulled this deck out. Oh, why am I absolutely not surprised? Yeah, we are at absolutely king underfoot, end of a cycle, beginning of the new. And I did just do a reading on the RNC and got that there is a potential overthrow going underway in the planning for the RNC midterm conference in 2 weeks' time. Now, I just want to mention, I don't know whether I'm channeling or not, but boy, oh boy, my innards were really upset overnight. So I hope that was a channeling. Pretty much kept me up all night. So I'm on early today, so I will have a nap. I will go back to bed for a sleep. But what do I want to have a look at in this particular reading? There's a few little bits and bobs that I just want to touch on to start with. Zelensky has rejected Fedorov's demand that there be elections in Ukraine. Bravo, Zelensky. I was getting very clearly, my guides were saying they were actually allies, but Fedorov was dismissed from Zelensky's cabinet last month. I got that Fedorov had inadvertently said something that made him appear to be on the side of the Ruskies. Now, this is entertainment only, allegedly, but that's what my guides were giving me. Elections during war are prohibited by Ukrainian law. Oh, the felon absolutely wishes that was the same in the US, but it's not. And analysts had concerns that the millions of Ukrainians abroad and or under Rusky occupation or fighting on the front would make it all too difficult. Now, Fedorov, he's only a young fellow. He does have a lot of support within Ukraine. I just kept getting the feels that he had said something that was let's have a quick look. Zelensky had a 2-hour off-the-record meeting with reporters with the transcript released on Sunday. I just got the feeling that even though they had been apparently on the allies for a long time, that there was something that was said that was something along the lines of perhaps we should just let the Ruskies, it was supportive of the Ruskies, let me put it that way. So I'm going to leave that there. May come out in the future. It is entertainment only. This is just what my guides were giving me, and that's all I can tell you. In other news, now I don't know if this is of interest to anybody out there or they can use it. My guides in regards to missing persons often come through with very clear messages. I don't pass a lot of them on because, it can be quite distressing. For example, a number of you were asking me to have a look at the missing hiker in Australia, young female. I think her first name is Lily. I haven't looked it up. I got, as soon as I heard the news, that she was not still amongst us, and it came out over the weekend that her remains were found. So that's why I didn't read on it. I didn't want to look at it. Also got with young Gus down in South Australia that had gone missing, that he was not amongst us, and it was a family member, and apparently the grandparents were arrested, but they still haven't found the bodies. So I'm just going to say a lot of the times when there is these sorts of things, those that have been with me for ages will remember I've mentioned when there's been some sort of mass bang bang event and the perp has gone missing, and I have said, well, they're in this sort of location and they did themselves in, blah, 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 and then, a couple of days later that comes true. So I'm just saying that not to brag, because it's absolutely nothing I want to brag about. It's just a bit of a credentials thing. Now, I just want to very briefly mention, because I don't know if there's anybody out there that this would make sense to. Nancy Guthrie, the mother of the TV presenter in Tucson, Arizona. I haven't read on her because those that asked me, I was quite blunt with it. I got at the time that she was gone, literally, straight up, almost not straight up, but very, very, very early on, and that she was 5 miles within the location of a house, and I could see barren desert sort of situation. But I don't know whether it was actually desert or whether it's something like a vacant lot now, because my guides over the weekend literally just said high school council crossing. I have no idea what that means. I Googled it and I see that in Tucson, Arizona, the schools have gone back. But that's what my guides gave me. High school council crossing. If that means anything to any of you who are in that location and are aware of that case or have been following it closely, do with that what you will. I'm just going to put that out there. Okay. Oh boy. And also in regards to the how do I put this? The black nooses around the trees, etc. Yeah, absolutely murder. Who have we got? Javon, Daenerys, Earl, Demarthavon, Torrance, Kyle, Juliana, Toena, Gerard, and Tasia. And I do apologise if I've said any of those names wrong. In deep red areas, I have no words. Please take precautions to stay safe. Do not travel. I mean, it sounds awful to say, because we should have the right to move around freely on our own and feel safe. But the environment is such that no, it's not. So, at least travel pairs, threes. Us white people need to step up and create safe environments. So they will be investigated eventually, and the police departments that have been completely inept in regards to them and made false rulings, sheriff departments or police departments, I can just see there will be heads that roll in regards to that. So heart goes out to all those affected, and please, 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 at this time, troubled time, please stay safe. There was a politician that came out, and I think can't remember who he was. I knew the name, but I can't remember it. I'm hopeless with names. And I think he was a black politician, member of Congress or something, who came out and said that they need to return to the Jim Crow era. And if you don't know what the Jim Crow era is, Google it. It's the segregation, it's the slavery, it's the the sharecropping, the poverty, the just awful, awful, awful time. So that is the energy in the US at the moment. We are watching the collapse of an empire. Now, I'm just going to say, if you have followed collapses of empires, the people do okay. Things might be tough for a couple of years, but not insurmountable as a rebuild happens. And if you even, look at the collapse of the Roman Empire, pretty much what happened, especially in the UK, is that People went back to basics, went back to farming. They moved into the villas for a while and then went, yeah, no, I don't want this cold, drafty stone floor villa. Let me build my beautiful, the premises that I am used to that works in this climate, blah, 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 blah. So just be aware that we are in that energy at the moment. Okay, what do I want to have a look at? Oh, well, we've got just going from the bottom of the deck here, we've got significant ending. I mean, this may be the overthrow that happens at the RNC, and we've got investigation into a false victory and information, new information being brought forward. So what am I using? I'm using the Golden Universal Tarot, and I want to have a look. Discussions between the Democratic Speaker Hakeem Jeffries. Oh my God, every time I turn around, I am more disappointed by this person. And Kush, and we know Kush, and I read on ages ago to try and work out who is the master puppet string puller that is the consistent between all that is happening in the world, and it was Kush. Kush is the pinnacle of this evil regime that's happening around the world. So if you, I assume if you put Kush in the search option, it might come up. We have to use code a lot of the time, so, and it was quite a while ago that I did that reading because I was going, well, is it the Nettie, is it the felon, is it the Kremlin, is it that, no, it came out, is it, you know, Witless Koff, who has very recent Rusky heritage. Was it, you know, any of these ones, Teal, etc.? No, it was Kush. So Jeffries has met with Kush in private to discuss areas of common ground. One does not deal with the devil, Jeffrey. Just putting it out there. So at least 3 people told the New York Times about the private meeting. So back to good old journalism, where it wasn't just one source, you actually confirmed your information. Oh, right. Secrets being revealed, and this sort of truth. This is actually going to be really hurtful for Jeffries, and so it blooming well should be. But yeah, you've got this sort of truth coming out about the secret meeting, the lunacy of this secret meeting. Susan Lynn has for a long time warned that the corporate Dems would try and, you know, make deals and, oh, for the good of the country and all the rest of it. No, one does not deal with the devil. So a spokesman for Jeffries' office, which did not immediately respond to a request for a comment, a spokesman for the Jeffrey officer directed HuffPost to his campaign team. Oh, okay, which did not immediately respond to a comment. Okay, so pretty much Jeffries has been sprung doing this. Yeah, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Okay. Right. Sources told the Times that the meeting was a catch-up for the figures. During Fallon's first term, the two collaborated on criminal justice bill. Bush has no official position in the regime, but is serving as a special envoy. Okay, but I want to have a look. I want to have a look at this meeting. So entertainment only, allegedly, just throwing some cards. Right, oh, in his naivety, he had this secret meeting, and I'm talking about Jeffries here, with the devil and dealing with the devil. One does not make deals with the devil. This could also be a gift from the past because we know he gets APAC money. So this could be a gift from the past. If you want to hang on to your money, you need to deal with the devil. Regardless, it's I don't know who's running against Jeffries, whether he will, people will grit their teeth and close their eyes and vote for him to get blue in there, but he's done. Oh gosh, as I move that, I can see that looks like the stained glass in the window is moving. He's done. He's going to be done as Speaker, and I suspect next balloting he will be out as well. It was, gosh, next two cards we got the Two of Pentacles and the Sun card. Now I suspect these leaks were made by they were made deliberately to undermine Jeffries. This is about money changing hands, being exposed, or this could be vote flipping. Yeah, I'm not really feeling it with this particular meeting. I suspect this was discussions about money that gets sent from the US to Is Not Real and from Is Not Real back to buy politicians. And it's going to absolutely blow up with the Sun card, fully exposed about what deal was done. The Two of Cups. And then we've got the World card. It will be the ending for Jeffries. Ending for Jeffries in his position of Speaker. And I don't know that he will last much longer. Yeah, people are going to feel betrayed. Really, really disappointed. Now, I did say when names come out in the EPS files, we'll feel really disappointed in some of them, but this is going to be seen as a heart-stabbing betrayal by Jeffries. The information's going to come out, leak out potentially, or just come out. He'll make some sort of statement. It won't ring right, and this is a huge wake-up call to this APAC money that is in the US government, or the corporate Dems. Their time, they're done. I'm just going to say they are done. You had Angie Nixon in Florida, who didn't have any advertising on the usual media outlets because she didn't have the money to do so, but she went door to door. She knocked door to door and talked to people. She had meetings where she talked to people with her pink megaphone. She was up against the big DNC money, and she didn't just squeak in, she thrashed the corporate DNC. So this is, they just keep stabbing themselves in the foot, the DNC. It's just like, and I love that you've got the likes of Mamdani in New York, who is just doing it. You've got the Democrats have been clutching their pearls for decades, going, oh, we couldn't possibly. Oh, no, it's too difficult, blah, 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 blah. You know what he's done? He's just done it. Hasn't even bothered trying to make excuses. He's just done it. Okay. What is going to come out? Okay, how's this going to go for is there any information that's going to come out about what this meeting was about? Let's have a look. Because I suspect those leaks were not DNC leaks. Right, we've got the Magician. This is about, can be about, bringing something, manifesting something, but it can also be about manipulation. Letting manipulation ride. Oh, I do not like this card at all. I mean, you've got the eternity symbol here. US balloting has been finagled, stolen, whatever you like to call it, through various means since Nixon times. Wasn't it Nixon with that kept the Vietnam War going longer, and then you had Reagan, who contacted the CIA or whoever and said, "Oh, hold off rescuing those hostages until after Carter's out, etc." It's this finagling. It's been happening, and it's never been pulled up. So you had Gore versus Bush, where you had the hanging chads, and apparently and the recount showed that Gore won, but by then it was too late because Bush had already taken the US into a conflict in the Middle East against a country that didn't attack the US. That was a different country. One of my lovely viewers said there was actually proof brought forward that the points on the machines that were supposed to punch out the holes had been nicked, some of them, so that not only the poor paper quality, the actual punch themselves had been compromised. And this was in Florida. That was Bush's brother, who then said stop counting, and Thomas pretty much Scrotus handed it to Bush. A lot of those that are in the system now were involved in that steal. Blanche, I know, is one of them. A lot of them, I think, is it Hubba was another one? A lot of them were actually involved in the steal itself. And then you had the Kerry Bush one. Just trying to think what happened there. Oh, the machines. That was the first machine one. And a lot of people reported that their vote was being changed from blue to red, but the machines weren't taken offline. So, yeah, just putting that out there. Okay, so we've got here discussions behind the scenes to create something. Look over here while we do this over there. And we've got the agreement with the Two of Cups. So is something going to come out? Discussions about money, I suspect, or opportunities, money, the energy they're stewing in. I just going to say it was a discussion about money. We've got the Strength card in the past, the Strength of the DNC, it's done. Again, you've got this figure 8 above the head here, the infinity symbol, and my moral, ethical, financial corruption card, the 5 of Pentacles. It was about keeping the money. It was about the money. You've got in the immediate future the false victory, the gilded cage nest feathering. So it's almost like looking the other way. I think, far out, man. I'm getting here, there's just what was discussed was manipulation of the midterms to give a false victory, and there was an agreement, entertainment only, in exchange for feathering the nest with that 9 of Pentacles. And then you've got the 9 of Wands on the bottom, really beaten up with his back up against the wall here, up against the guardrails, and this is, one step before the end type scenario. There you've got internally a binding, unbalanced agreement, but I think it's going to be exposed. There you've got the justice in the hopes and fears, actions having consequences, but some sort of major court case being brought forward, or major truth being brought forward. He's in so much trouble, Jeffries. Rash actions, harsh truth being brought forward. King of Swords, legal action being taken potentially, or this could be a strategy that is put in motion to bring it all down with the Tower card. On the back foot, trying to defend his position, but it's untenable with that Chariot card. Hermit, shining a light, and then you've got the Five of Swords. Oh, Jeffries, you stupid, stupid, stupid idiot. Back up against the wall. The Moon card, the decrepit Orange King, could also be the oligarchs here, and the infighting. Oh gosh, what have we got here? The Emperor. Jeffries is the speaker. He's done. This is infighting within. This is what they're trying to. The regime are trying to bring about by A, this meeting, and B, leaking it. And I suspect there will be more leaks about, the old brown paper bag. Jeffries is done. His position as speaker is done. And that was the plan coming to fruition. And it was all about the money harvesting. Yeah. Oh, far out. So I'd say that source is not exactly wrong. The sources said the meeting was a catch up on the figures. What figures? I think it was figures of, because, yeah, we've got the trying to spin it, big stick moment. I think the figures were, if you want to keep this flowing in, you need to look the other way and say, oh, but we can't upset the apple cart if there's midterm fandanglings or anything. It's almost like we need you to support us. And what's popped out, yeah, this false victory and the prostitution card and the sun card. And I think the reason this information has come forward with the Knight of Wands to take down Jeffries is to cause a tower moment for the Democrats, like disarray, on the back foot, trying to defend in disarray. So, okay, let's have a look from Kush's point of view. How did this meeting and the subsequent reporting, from Kush's point of view, Kush, just sit here pursed-lipped. From Kush's point of view, has it gone how he wanted? You want that card? Well, there's the decrepit old king, the oligarch and supposed oligarch in charge, the father-in-law. You want that card? Let's have a look. From Kushner's point of view, how did this meeting go? Oh boy. Okay. And there's that Four of Swords again. Okay. What I'm getting from this is they know within the regime that he's fading quicker than they can possibly keep a handle on. And they need to bring about, so the orange idiot is hitting the rocks, hitting the skids, hitting the rocks big time with this tower card. So what they're doing is, as a form of defense, they've gone on the attack because they know that the support behind the orange idiot is just absolutely this. Okay, this ties in with the RNC coup, I think, because they know it's destined to absolutely collapse if he stays in there. There is no denying it. So they're gone on this offensive to create what my guides are telling me, to create disorder and infighting and disarray. Thank you. That's the word they wanted to give me. Disarray within the Democrats to compensate. So, because if the orange idiot is thrown out and you got Shady and Narco as the two running, they're not liked. Neither of them are liked. So therefore, well, rather than try and make them likable, because that's an impossible task, we'll destroy the Democrats so that they can't rally a counter-offensive. And I noticed that 3033 when I said that. Threes are huge at the moment. Yeah, this is exactly what Kushner wanted to happen with that Ace of Wands. It was the plan all along. In the past, creating something out of nothing, spinning a story. Yeah, unexpected news. Oh, dear me, there was a leak from several outlets, and you've got the presentation of the slippery fish in the cup here. It stinks. It was to put the DNC on the back foot with dealing with the devil. He got exactly what he wanted. There was the plan that came to fruition to put the DNC in this defensive position by tying it to this evil energy. There's the Judgment card again. Ace of Swords, absolutely big truth. It's about the money, and the corruption within the DNC, shining a light on it with the Hermit. Far out, man. Got the Four of Swords, and then you got the Five of Swords, and then you got the Magician. Yeah, Jeffries got played like a fiddle by Kush because of this show me the money, which then tied him to this devil and causing this having to try and be put on the back foot in the defensive position. And that was the plan. And he played right into it. I'm going to leave that there. I'm absolutely disgusted, but what can I say? Absolutely disgusted. However, vote blue, no matter who. Jeffries will be out as Speaker, and in 2 years' time, he will be out. Okay, I'll catch you shortly. Bye-bye.